First of all, my name is Maurice Jefferson Scott, Sr. And if you're going to do research on a Maurice Scott, make sure that you're researching the right person. I'm Maurice Jefferson Scott. I do not have a criminal history. I've never been arrested. I don't have anything more than a citation or a traffic ticket. That's the most I have. Citations and or traffic tickets. That's the very most. Never been in handcuffs. My reputation is something that I'm very, very proud of. And I'm going to defend it. Second thing.
Steady trying to find the motive. Why do what I do? Steady trying to find the motive. Why do what I do?
Obviously, we have in Lincoln Park. He's climbing in your windows. He's snatching your people. He's climbing in your windows. He's snatching your people up, trying to rape them. So y'all need to hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your kids, hide your wife, and hide your husband, because they're raping everybody out here. You don't have to come and confess. We're looking for you. We gon' find you. We gon' find you. So you can run and tell that. Run and tell that. Run and tell that. Homeboy, home. He's climbing in your windows. He's snatching your people up, trying to rape them. So y'all need to hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your kids, hide your wife, and hide your husband, because they're raping everybody out here. You don't have to come and confess. We're looking for you. We gon' find you. We gon' find you. So you can run and tell that. Run and tell that. Run and tell that. Homeboy, home. He's climbing in your windows. He's snatching your people up, trying to rape them. So y'all need to hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your kids, hide your wife.
Beep, beep, toot, toot. Hey, good people. It's your Alabama church girl here. First, giving honor to God, who is the head of my life. To all the leaders, saints, and friends, hurry up and get on in here, because we got to talk about all these arrests going on in love and marriage Huntsville. What in the whole world? Y'all welcome each other. You're welcome here. Welcome my co-host, Ashton, as we jump into this conversation on tonight. This is season 8, episode number 4. A date with destiny. So, Ashton, is the destiny that you were talking about, is it Destiny the lady, or is it Destiny, their destiny and their fate with the prison bars?
I think it was a double entendre. I feel like it was both of them. they were foreshadowing what would come after the episode ended. That's what they were foreshadowing.
Now, Carlos King says that he is the king of reality TV, and I think he does a pretty good job being a good producer. But how did he produce these doggone mug shots to line up with these episodes like this and the happenings on the YouTube like this? Because Maurice was the one.
It's almost like Carlos King is on the phone, putting in some tips.
I hope not. Hi, Kevin, our co-host in the comments. Like the video as you're coming in, please, and then share it with your friends, because this is a hot conversation on tonight. Oh my God, it's police lights hot. It's it's rescue squad hot. It's called a fire department hot. It's hot tonight. Now, Kevin says it's no longer Love and Marriage Huntsville. It's Love and Lockup Huntsville.
Love and Lockup Huntsville. Yes, it is.
Then maybe that need to be the spinoff show. The one that Martell could be the star.
He could be Center Peach. He could be centered jail cell.
And they'll have their handcuffs instead of a peach. You get the handcuffs this season. No, it did not age well at all, Kevin.
At all.
Beep, beep, and toot, toot. All right, so the episode this week was season 8, episode number 4, A Date with Destiny. Ashton, before I could even get to the episode, remember I told you my plan was to go and be with Eva.
Mhm.
We got off the line last Thursday night, and I could have gone to Black Thursday night.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait because first of all, you got to pay them tickets.
Yeah.
Tickets on Sunday. Secondly, I'm thinking same thing. Like I don't want to get 2 tips and
Yeah.
then it ruin my weekend. Well, I said, okay, well, let me go on and spend some time with the fam, and then I just come on back up here.
No.
Why did I do that? And then Friday, Funky Dineva was there. Saturday, we get the story. Breaking news: Maurice Jefferson Scott Sr.
Let's be clear, because when we're looking up arrest records, we want to be clear, right?
Right. Exactly, is arrested for a DUI, not the attorney.
No, not the attorney.
What?
Not Mr. Traffic Violation and tickets themselves.
All I have is traffic violations. Not
Mhm.
Mr. I'm being sued by bloggers for $5 million, Maurice. Yeah, that one was arrested for DUI in Huntsville. I said, okay, it's Memorial Day weekend. I know the cops are hot. Yes, the
Yeah,
bar
they were on the
hot.
prowl.
It's Memorial Day weekend. They're already expecting. You should have expected they were going to be out
Yes.
looking for
drunk drivers.
But usually now I have noticed, like when we go out to the country line dancing, there's some police officers sit right across the way from the bar.
Mhm.
It's like really dark over in the cut, in the country. So it's really dark over them police. It's like one sitting right there across. I'm fully sober because all I drink when I go out is Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
But I'm watching because I am the DD, There's one right across from the bar, like backed up in the cut. Then there's another one, like maybe 2 doors down. And then by the time you get like half a mile up the street, it's gonna be one sitting in the median with his lights off. I mean, you got to be aware.
Yeah, and all three of them are communicating with each other, keeping each other up to date of who's turning out with who's going where. Yes.
Yes. So I'm just a regular citizen and I'm hyper vigilant. You are a whole attorney, a practicer of the law, and you weren't paying attention. And then here's the kicker: arrested at 12:04 in the noonday. Right, which means you had a long night. I don't know about you, Ashton.
What?
But I've only been drunk, I think, like 3 times in my life. The only time I was that drunk that I was still drunk the next day, I intentionally got drunk. It was after I had a miscarriage and I just wanted to drink my sorrows away.
Mhm.
And I recall not fully functional to the point where I called into work. Was like, hey, I called my sister, like, hey, bring me some soup or something. I need
I'm dying.
hydrated. Yes. Yeah. So what was he doing at 12 o'clock in the noonday that he had to be pulled over? I don't know if he did the breathalyzer or not, if he submitted to that or not, if he was really smart lawyer like he said he is. He shouldn't have.
Yeah.
But karma came around fast for Maurice, as Kevin states in the comments.
I didn't realize he was in the middle of the day.
In the middle of the day. People were saying all day Saturday, is he going to be released? Is he going to be held until Tuesday? Because, it's a holiday weekend.
And judges are not working, yeah.
Exactly. And typically they don't, but maybe he had some buddy favors.
Some cool, yeah, they call
yeah. So they let him sleep it off, and they say he was released a little bit after midnight.
So was he coming from Funky Dineva's event?
So he still had, that's where we get into some things, Ashton.
Okay. Because my wheels are turning. I'm trying to make sense of
it. If you go to Funky Dineva's lives from Friday, he has a video where he shows Maurice and Marceau in the background, and Maurice has on this white button down, almost like a preacher shirt. with a gray blazer. Well, if you go to look at his mugshot, he still has on that white button down, like the preacher shirt. It doesn't really have a collar to it. It's just a button.
Okay.
So, and people are speculating because it looks like he has some lipstick on his lips, some red lipstick. If you want me to, I'll pull up the mugshot.
I was just about to go get it.
Yes, I will pull up the mugshot. Give me just a moment. But please, commentary, please, Ashton.
So he had to be on a late night binger.
That's what I was saying.
He had made it home. He had went home.
And where was your wife? Because she was.
That was my next question.
She was there.
You would have left your wife and you went on and kept on going with your night. You know you're a sex addict.
But see, and look, if Kimmy, see, this is where, life starts telling on you. And as Kevin states, karma starts telling on you. Because we saw last season that Kimmy was going through her battle with breast cancer, and she was trying to make herself fully available for all the sex capades that he wanted, because he knew that if she did make herself available, he was going to find somebody else who was.
Because he's addicted and he can't wait.
Right. So are you not making yourself available to be the DD that he needs? Or did you allow him to go find somebody else, get somebody else to do it?
Because
the people are speculating that somebody else was doing it.
It ain't a lot of things you could do that lead over from the night to midday and you're still in the same clothes and you're still drunk. You were into some things and the things weren't great. You wanted to know lawyer things, you wanted to know godly things. you were into some things.
And then, my grandma saying nothing open at that time of night but legs.
Waffle House of legs.
So,
and at some point, Waffle House shut down for a shift change.
So, hey, it leads to the question: what were
I
you
did not
doing?
know it was. I thought he had got arrested that night, but it was 12:00 the next day. So he didn't stop drinking at no point. He just kept on going.
Had to. That's my perspective, that he just either he kept going or there was an after party, some sort of after party, and he was living it up.
Damn, I know. After party stopped at like 6 or 7 in the morning. Now you going to 12? 12 is crazy. That's crazy.
But see, that makes me wonder, was he really with somebody else? Because, that's about the time, about 9 o'clock is when you start doing your walk of shame. And does Kimmy know, and does she allow? These are the questions.
I don't think she have a choice but to allow.
She said, get these eyes off my thighs. Doing the absolute most. Yes, Kevin, the absolute most.
Absolute.
Because I'm telling you, this mugshot does look like it's possibly some lipstick here. I'm pulling up.
See what their storyline is next season. Well, he'll probably have to address that at the reunion because they haven't filmed the reunion yet.
Everybody gonna have to give account.
Yeah.
Because all of them getting mugshots. We got 3 in one season. And we ain't even halfway through the season.
And friends of, because Nell don't do nothing but produce little felons.
Oh, we got I don't want to talk about a lady's son, but I gotta mention it. He gets an honorable mention.
Now, what was his charge? It was DUI too?
No, hit and run.
My Lord.
So, I will say this. I cannot hold Nell accountable for what her kids do.
For sure, because they are grown men. Both of them are grown men.
Yeah. And I really don't want to have to talk about the girl's son. Because, I don't like nobody talking about my son. But we got to mention it. I'm sorry, Neil.
We ain't got to harp on it, but we have to talk about it.
Yes.
If we talk about the queen pin herself, Miss Destiny, we got to talk about him.
Yeah. And it's all because it just adds to the context of all these people on this show getting arrested, and what are y'all doing? And Carlos, who did y'all not do any background checks or?
I was just going to say, what is the hiring process? No fingerprints, no drug tests. What's the requirement?
I mean, we go through more scrutiny on the day-to-day jobs to get hired.
I had to do quick fingerprints and a background check.
Background check, got to do a piss test.
Yeah.
You got to do all the things. But anybody can just walk onto the show. All right. I don't know if you can see it big enough. Let me go and do it this way. Girl. I should have pulled it up as something different. But as you can see, he still got on that same shirt.
Mm-hmm. Clear as day.
He looked like he the head deacon in charge. Like he's standing at the gates telling somebody, look, you got to move your car. Or your check didn't clear.
This the third week that your tithes and offering didn't clear. You ain't gonna keep on writing the church bad checks.
All right, we got it this time. Yeah, all right, so the episode itself, because we talking about Maurice. I just didn't even think about the episode. The episode itself had several conversations that were very interesting to me. And I think the theme of this episode should have been closure. For one, we have Destiny and that man called Moses, who has to get some closure. Two, we have the new lady, Letitia, and her husband, who she has not gotten any closure from. We learn of that situation.
Yeah, and then she keep hinting at it still being some ties with each other.
She's still married. We finally get that clarity on this episode. Yes, she is still married. So, girl, I understand, if it was some time in there, because it took me like 2.5 years to get divorced. So I understand you got another relationship, but girl, you ain't have to get on this national TV show with this relationship, and you ain't got no closure over here, because people are gonna drag you. It's in traditional sense, people are going to drag the woman. Even though he said he still had a situationship too, he was still living with his ex.
Don't nobody care about him now.
No, the people are gonna drag the woman. Okay, Nell's son also got arrested the day after Maurice. Yeah, so his was a hit and run, and it was a bench warrant. And from what is being described, it was similar to the warrant that Melody went out and had against Martell. That the warrant just sitting out there waiting on you to get caught up.
Okay.
So I don't know if he turned himself in, but the record showed that he got out within, a very short period of time. And guess what? Here's the tricky thing. I see Maurice get arrested. I see Nell's son get arrested. One of the Fletchers, all they had to say was Fletcher. I was like, oh my God, I ain't going up to Huntsville. Because clearly the cops are hot. They out searching. I ain't going up to Huntsville.
You said they snatched everybody up.
Yes, and then I see all the live videos, and all of them still at the next day partying again and drinking some more. And having a good time with popping bottles, and they making light of it, making fun of it. I was just like, okay, there's a whole lot going on. I'm gonna say this though. The same day that they were having their event, the Infamous was having an event.
Mm-hmm.
Even though they had all that drama going on, they looked a whole lot more fun.
Yeah, what she had on.
Yes, what the Infamous had going on. She really got to be careful because she is really about to lose her seat, or she might just need to just go ahead and call it a day.
What was her event?
Some old school music festival,
okay.
And she was one of the artists to perform. All right, can you tell the lips in this mugshot made bigger?
Not really. You can't really see them.
Okay, well, I tried.
Hold on, let me see. Okay, I made my screen bigger. They do look rosy. They look a little rosy.
So maybe because he's a brighter or fairer skinned guy, maybe they were rosy because he was flushed. He was dehydrated. His skin was crying out for some moisture. Maybe that's why.
Or he was on all night binging at some sex parties.
Trying to give Kimmy an out.
Feeding his beast. Feeding his beast of appetite. That's what he probably was doing. The beast that he could put on hold to let his wife in from cancer.
Right.
Yeah.
That part.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so like I said, the thing for me in this episode was closure. Something else I want to say, Huntsville, Alabama. We started out in season 1 getting to know these couples and getting to know their extended family. And one of the first things that we noticed was Mel's thick accent. And that was a bit much to swallow. Did I say the wrong name? I'm sorry, Maurice. But she had a very nasally, thick country accent. There's nothing wrong with that because we're from Alabama, Okay, but we got over that. It was annoying, but we got over that because we were interested in their story. And even Martell he had a thick country accent too. But we also noticed that Letitia had a thick tongue. And
speech impediment.
Not the words right.
Speech impediment.
Yes. So and
she be down at the expo.
Yeah, but she has done a whole lot to work on that. From where she was at the first season to now. Like I said, Letitia been doing her work, and I'm gonna have to give her and her husband their props because to me, from my perspective, you can tell me if you see it differently, but from my perspective, it appears that they have actively been in some type of counseling or some type of doing some type of work to actively work their relationship.
I can agree with that based off what Marcel said this past episode when he was talking to
the guys.
What's his name? Moses, yeah. And he was saying I almost lost my marriage this previously, and I think that whatever that incident was for them made him realize, oh, she will leave. Like, okay. Let me get it together. And I feel like both of them have been putting the work in. Because Tisha's a whole different woman. I would stand on that. Yeah.
They are definitely working on themselves. But back to this speech thing. Yeah, so she had a thick tongue, and then she introduced us to her mother. Hey, friend, checking in. She introduced us to her mother, and
Miss Wanda got 4 tongues.
Wanda J. Bodge really is the one that I say has the speech impediment.
Yeah, she does have an impediment.
So, this new couple, I'm noticing some speech problems. I'm gonna call them Tarzan and Jane. And Jane don't like to open her mouth to speak. It's like she does not move her lips to speak,
Me
and
too.
it
Me
sounds
too.
muffled and mumbly.
Mm-hmm.
And I won't give Tarzan too much, but then Moses has some speech issues and grammar issues too. So I just want to say, Huntsville, Alabama, the school system is in dire need of speech pathologists. So, and
a lot of them from Mississippi though. That's the problem. A lot of them are originally from Mississippi. Because Tarzan and Jane and Stormy and Courtney are all from Mississippi.
Really?
Yeah, they all from Mississippi.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And Stormy slurs her words sometimes too.
Yes.
Okay, so maybe they need
that
to
was
go.
up. That was up. Yeah.
And I'm not saying this to, beat them down. Because we all have our things. Listen, I can get over here and get tongue twisted real quick, especially with braces. Lips be stuck to the brace trying to talk, So I'm not trying to beat them down, really being funny. But at the same time, speech pathologists are needed here in Alabama and in Mississippi. Yes, very desperately. Bring some speech pathologists here to teach us how to enunciate, teach us how to use our diaphragm when we're speaking.
Speaking.
Yes, teach us how to engage our lungs. Teach us how to activate our tongue when we are speaking, so that we don't have that clicking noise. And it's one of these people on this. One of the cast members. I noticed it last week. That every time it seemed like they were about to lie, they had the click. They had the tongue click. Now I took Toastmasters for years. I got all my little banners up here where I won best speaker things. But that was something that was very, very much so pointed out. That the clicking of the tongue, like whenever you're getting ready to make a statement, it denotes something else going on, in your thought process before you make a statement. But anywho, speech pathologists are definitely desperately needed in the South. Please, 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 please. Those who have children that are graduating this season, try to encourage them to go into that field, okay? Because we need them. We desperately need them. Are you frozen, Ashton? I think he's frozen. Well, anywho, getting into this episode, a couple of conversations that we get into in this episode that I feel the theme of the episode should have been closure. I don't know what's going on, Ashton. I'm gonna remove you so that you can come back up. Yeah. But I feel like the theme of the episode should be closure. That these ladies need to put a closure on all this beef and animosity amongst them. Destiny and Moses had to have a sit down and have a conversation for closure on the relationship they didn't, possibly, maybe, could have. We're not sure if they had or not. We also see Marcel, Maurice, and Moses get together, and they're trying to figure out the timeline of the relationship between Moses and Sonny. Now, here's where things get tricky from my perspective. Moses, okay, let's go into the conversation with the three guys. Moses and Sonny have already put out all these different dates. They've been doing a whole lot of talking. They've been out here really on the defense tour. It started at the Reality with the Kings event when Sonny jumping up and being all loud and obnoxious about who Destiny wasn't and why she was the better fit, and showing all her pick-me attributes that made her the one and made her the choice. But she started giving us a timeline. Here we are. My friend is back. She started giving us a timeline and developing that timeline that kind of put a framework around. All right. So you say y'all started talking. Now she did try to make it seem as though they started talking after he was out of the relationship with Destiny.
Mm-hmm.
Then, as we get into the conversation, we realize, wait a minute. First, you said July. Now you're trying to bag it up to August. Then you say that then he mentions April in this episode. Then you say Destiny lets us know you were still sending her money back in August. Sound like a relationship to me. And you say in the sit down, I'm not trying to confuse the two. I want to talk about the scene with the three guys talking.
Okay.
You also say that you guys have started in vitro fertilization.
Mm-hmm.
You say that y'all started it in January. Well, we know I never had to go through that process personally, but I've seen others go through that process on these reality shows. We saw Candy go through it.
Mm-hmm.
We just saw Candace from
Mm-hmm.
Potomac going through it. We know that starts months. You got to go through months of testing.
Because you got to take the shots. You got to do all this before they can even do the egg retrieval.
Thank you. And I know, because I was there, that the egg was received in January. So who you trying to fool? Some stuff had started way before August. Because if you want us to believe that y'all went through IVF for her to get pregnant, then
the timeline.
Exactly. That timeline is not timelining.
Yeah.
So you might as well go ahead.
That's one of my biggest gripes with reality TV. We're not dumb. Stop trying to treat us like we are. Okay. Because we're going to put the pieces together too. And we're going to see that it's not. Stop lying to us. We're not dumb.
And it's these folk who come on here with this lying spirit that feel like we supposed to believe them. Just because they showed up, we were supposed to believe them. No.
And even when he was sitting with, he's not smart either. Okay.
At all.
He's not smart either. Because even when he was sitting with Destiny, it's like he started retreating. It's like, yeah, you right. I was wrong. I just, because you're lying, and she's sitting in your face telling you are lying.
Okay, so what we want to go over to the conversation with Destiny?
I could park my brakes.
No, I'm finna go over there with you. Cause let me tell you something. You talk about closure. Destiny had them long gloves on. I love the dramatics of it all. You know I'm one of them girls, especially if I can get girlied up. Oh, yes, I am. Yes, and then if I got to go, because I told you I've been through this with this pyramid situation. And if I know I got to confront or be in the presence of that person, oh baby, you better believe I'm putting the stunts on.
I'm gonna give it up. Yeah.
Yes, let me tell you something. Because I'm so understated. I can be so understated. But I know what God has blessed me with. Hallelujah. And thou is well endowed. So
you got it.
Listen, I can sit here with my work husband in my t-shirt, with my hair wrap on, my hair in plaits, and just be.
Yeah.
But honey, if I need to stunt, I know how to stunt.
So
clearly, Destiny knows how to stunt. Destiny came in there looking so cute. She had them long gloves on. She had that hair in a up down ponytail situation, and she was so cute.
She did look really good.
Did you see him staring at her as she was coming in?
Yes.
And then when she sat down, he tried to call her by a pet name. Hey, D. She looked at him like,
this ain't no cordial me. Yeah. She's gone. As far as you concerned, she dead.
Let me get this other lady off of here. But yeah, he was trying to, make some sort of familial situation, and she was like, I ain't playing with you. I am not playing with you. That is not what I came here for.
Yeah, this ain't
Get
that.
yourself right. This is not that. And then when she pulled them gloves off so nicely, and she popped that wrist real good, and then pulled the other one off, I said, Destiny, you better. This is how you make a scene, girl. This is how you do it. Now stay out of jail and give us some more of this.
Please stay out of jail.
Because I'm tired now. I'm tired. Yeah, but her sitting down with him, and it was almost like he thought she was gonna come groveling back at his feet or something.
He was giving the energy as if she was gonna be like, you know what, I still want it.
I'm so glad she didn't. I'm so glad she did, because some women fall victim to that.
Yes,
and when I was
get
young and
themselves caught up in
dumb,
the web.
and when I was young and dumb, I did. Like I know you did me dirty, but then I'm sorry. Like come. We need heated fellowship now.
You ain't the only woman.
Yeah, but now that but the Bible says that when I was young, I spoke as a child, I behaved as a child, but when I became old, I put away childish things. Amen. And I have put away childish things. So yeah, I'm so glad she was in her grown woman bag.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know, if she is fully matured and elevated, but her presentation looked very mature and elevated. Like
Yes.
I'm on a higher frequency than what we used to do. Because she had to remind him in that conversation, I'm still that girl now. Even though you see me at this frequency right now, don't get it twisted, because I can get gutter with you if you want to. And he was like, well, I'm still that guy. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But it appeared to me, first of all, we know from the conversation with Destiny, Tisha, and Kimmy that Destiny did not even want to go have the sit down with Moses. But for the sake of the show, let's call the thing. She went to go have this sit down with him. And in that sit down, it appeared to me that he was looking for her to be something that she wasn't going to give him. And I'm so glad she called him out on this stuff when she said, you wanted me to treat you like you were my girlfriend.
Yes, you wanted me to court you.
Yes. I was like, girl.
And did you see how she triggered him?
Yes, and that's when I feel like he retreated.
Mm-hmm.
And it also pulled their card, because him and Sonny have been out here talking about how they about to make these money moves together. And I told you from the very first episode, Sonny is the one with the credentials. What does he do? We don't know anything. Right. We don't know anything about what he does, and he has not clarified and made it very clear. This is what I do to make money move. So
yes,
you about to do it on the back of this woman. So Destiny, congratulations, girl, you won. That's the way I see it.
I think so too. And I think she dodged a bullet.
Absolutely.
I think she dodged a bullet.
Absolutely. And that's it. That to me, in the situation, the pyramid situation that I had, that to me was the best feeling. And I didn't even have to go looking for that resolution. I had already resolved it in my heart, girl. I don't want nobody that's out there like that.
Mm-hmm.
You have it. Yeah, I hope y'all are prosperous together. But then when I saw the fallout and she was all in my inbox trying to apologize, I'm so sorry for it. Oh, yeah. That was so satisfying. Like, you know what? I knew that day was going to come for you, but you couldn't see it. But go with God, because we ain't got nothing else between the two of us. I ain't got none of this for you.
None of it.
And I might be this if you don't leave me alone. I mean, too much coming back in my inbox, apologizing. Go on now. because I can be very this.
Mm-hmm.
Anywho, so back to these conversations. All right, so we kind of touched on the conversation with Kimmy, Letitia, and Destiny. Now Destiny was looking cute in that scene too. She came in like I was your lover and your secretary, working every
She
day.
did look good in that one too. She did. She was giving. You're absolutely correct.
No, but in that scene, I feel like her performance fell flat. Like she was giving us that season 5 Destiny. Like, girl, get it together. We trying to make you stay on the show, and she's like, no, I don't want to talk to Mel. No, I don't want to talk to Sunny. No, I don't want to talk to Moses. No, I don't. And they're like, girl, these your episodes, the ones that you get paid per episode.
This is literally your time.
Yes.
This give us an inch, baby, so we can make a mile out of it. Give us something.
And may I say, Kimmy looks so cute with her natural hair.
Yeah, she does.
I was like, girl, this is what she looked younger and fresher.
I don't think she like it though.
But I love it. I just want you to know, Kimmy, I love
she does look great in it.
Yeah, Kevin says Destiny always sucks the energy whenever she enters the room. Exhausting. You know what? I don't know if it's like immediately when she enters the room. I think it's when she opened her mouth.
It's when she started talking, yeah. Because she drained that room when it was her and Tisha.
Yeah.
And Kimmy, she drained that room out. She just popped the balloon in there, yeah.
Yep. It's like, girl, you make me question your faculties.
Yeah. Because do you have it?
What is going on? What in the whole world is going on?
But yeah, I think Moses really exposed him and Sonny with that sit down with Destiny. His energy wasn't given. We're in the right, and I know we're in the right. Because towards the end, when wrapping up that conversation, he was almost apologizing for everything. Because I know I did wrong. I know I'm lying to the people. Yeah.
Always a stank attitude. Yes.
It did be a little sour, Kevin. It did be a little sour.
And it's to me a little arrogant.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. For sure.
It's like, girl, you signed up for this. So what do you think you're doing? What is going on?
And ain't nobody begging you to do it, baby. You need the job. They don't need you. You ain't holding with.
And these two ladies are trying to help you keep it.
Because they're your girls. They want you to stay on the show.
Yes, and they really want you to thrive in it.
But my thing is, she's trying to give off this like real nonchalant attitude, like I ain't checking for nobody. Unless they just checking for me, then I got them or something like that. But I feel like that's not what you should have been giving. You when it comes to Mel, you should have just said, I don't really wish to speak to Mel at this time, but I wish her well. You know, give off some positive stuff. That's how you kill people. I don't know if your mom ever told you that, but mine did.
Yeah, exactly. I told you how I like to.
You sitting there saying how you don't want to talk to Mel, and you got the smoke for anybody with the smoke because you fire Marshall Bill. You know, that's giving angry. I don't think you hit the mark. You think you hitting with that.
Right, Kevin, you hit the nail on the head. She's trying to give off this air of being unbothered, but you're definitely displaying that you are totally bothered. And that's what I was about to say, Ashton, is that even though, you know, it's some people that you come into a space in life where you really don't want to have anything else to do with them.
Yeah.
But you guys are co-workers now. And you can't be like that with your coworker. You can be at a place of dismissiveness with them when it comes to a friendly relationship, and still be cordial with them in a working relationship.
In the workplace, yes, for sure.
And Destiny was unwilling to just be cordial in the working relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the part that I felt like was arrogant and very much so bothered, just like Kevin says, is that you don't even want to be cordial in this working relationship.
Yes.
So I'm like, okay, girl, at some point you're going to have to. I would have personally, even though I don't want to have a friendly friend girl relationship with Melody or the infamous, I would have still had to sit down and acted like, hey girl, how you doing? It's been such a long time. Because I mean, it's been so much time, space, and opportunity for you to get over whatever anger or hard feelings you had towards her. The girl, what you been up to? And I can sit here
And
and
even
talk
if
to you
you
about
ain't over it, baby, fake it till you make it.
and then look, but even having simple conversations about subjects that are not so personal that it even matters, and it won't even be fake because I'm sure that there is a piece of Destiny that still wants to know how her kids are flourishing because they had a relationship, and you knew my babies. And you know,
my babies knew you. You knew my babies, and my babies
you have
knew
no
you.
reason to be upset with the babies.
Yeah,
and we can talk about that. And I'm sure Melody was probably there when she had the child, and
I'm almost positive.
So you could talk about that. Now Melody, she was throwing shade at Destiny on her lives this weekend. I just want to throw that in there. She even let us know she was being petty because she wanted to talk about LeBerry because she ordered chicken from LeBerry's place. Okay, all right, whatever. But y'all ain't even got to talk about the husbands. You can talk about church. You can talk about your music career, all kind of other stuff that you could talk about and have a cordial conversation. And it's not even fake. It's not even passive aggressive.
Yeah.
Just to move forward, just to say, I can still be your coworker.
And keep it on that surface. Everything we talk about is on the surface.
Yes. How can you be stank when the infamous is executive producer? Make it make sense because she's not the elevator.
I don't think so either.
The elevator ain't going up all the way up. It needs some rewiring. You said Destiny was shady on her live. I didn't see Destiny's live, but I did see the infamous live, and she very much so directly said, "I'm being so petty." I recorded it. That live face.
I think he meant gave.
Okay.
Gave coleslaw vibes.
I didn't see that either. Now I know it's some stuff going on with her and him in the blogs. Apparently she might be pregnant again.
Uh-oh. By him? All these people are dumb, Jesus. My God.
Hey, allegedly. Shout out to Alexander Rogers. I don't know, but that's what somebody is reporting. Okay. But I didn't see Destiny's live, and I didn't see Coleslaw live either. Oh, okay. Giving you the real tea. I didn't see them. I gotta go check them out. I love them. I didn't see that. And I'm sure she was because she gives off. Remember, we talked last week about women being passive aggressive with one another. And that she gives off that vibe that, yes, very much so. Where were we? Over here. Very much so. Passive aggressive. Very much so. But moving forward, let's talk about this double date. Stormy and her husband and Tarzan and Jane.
Yes.
Okay. Kevin says that the live was on Destiny's YouTube channel. Okay, I didn't see. I need to go follow her YouTube channel, see what's going on.
I don't even think I've seen her YouTube channel before.
Me either. I didn't know she had one, but good to know she do. Hopefully she get her subscriber count up and she does very, very well because I don't think she's coming back next week. Yeah. So this double date, we have Stormy. Kevin, you don't like nobody on this show. You don't like the show, do you? Stormy and her husband Courtney, and Tarzan and Jane. Now, Stormy and Jane, Trisha, have been friends for a long time, and I believe the men have known each other for some time.
Yes,
or
they
have
said
run in a
they
similar
played
circle.
Little League together.
Say that again.
I said they played Little League together.
Okay.
Football.
Kevin says he does like the show. So, but because they have had this good standing relationship, I think that's going to make for some long-term good content from them.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts, Ashton?
Am I echoing?
A little bit.
I am.
It's okay. We can push through.
But I feel like yes, it's probably going to lead to some lasting relationships on the show. I don't know. I can't wrap my head around Jane. I don't see it for. That's who I think is bored.
Yes.
I think it's her. I can't really gauge it because I feel like it's Stormy doing all the work in the scene. She like pulling, and it's like you said, she just be I just no stand, bro. Just no stand. Like she not doing it for me.
Yeah, and you know, I live on the YouTube street, so I've heard some other commentators say how when she came on the screen it make them sad or this and the other, and that's not good.
No. Nope.
And that's another reason why we said last week she really needs to go and get some help. Mental health matters, people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, if you are in a place where you're oversharing in situations and in conversations where you really need to be sharing this information with a counselor, you really need to be taking this to someone who is equipped and licensed and certified to really help you out of that situation. Her talking about, you know, all of these deaths and grief is really something strong. And I can even understand her sharing it with her friend, but you're not just sharing it with your friend because all these cameras are around you and you're sharing it with the whole public.
Yes.
And this audience for this show is highly, extremely critical of each and every person and every single word that you say. So I don't think this is the healthiest place for you to be sharing and oversharing. She's experienced a lot of death. She's experienced a lot of loss.
Yes.
I feel, and this is just my observation, I could be wrong, but on the strength of the things that she said about how she wants to engage in relationships with Tarzan, and on the strength of the nickname that Stormy gave her husband, Mr. Mr. was a violent man. I feel like she may have also experienced some DV.
The way she talked about him in general gives that. It doesn't give that it was a good situation. So she talked about how everybody she thought was going to be there for her is not there. She kind of, it's like she walk on eggshells when it's time to mention him. Like she don't want to dive completely into it. So I definitely get DV vibes from that. Or maybe not even physical. Maybe he was just mentally and verbally abusive to her. But it's something there. It's something behind it. Yes, I agree.
That's the same thing I said, Kevin, that Jane is going to eventually erupt. Like you said, tick, tick, boom. She is going to, and it doesn't have to be. That's the part that is frustrating me. It doesn't have to be. And I would say that it's kind of, I can't say that it's any other adult's responsibility to get another adult some help. But I would think that the producers on the show could gather that and try to lead her in that direction.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when sounds like Jane has experienced DV. That's not what I'm laughing at. I'm laughing at the thought that was in my mind. Remember when on the reunion of Real Housewives of Potomac, when I'm sorry, this has nothing to do with this comment, y'all. I can't stop laughing at Karen Huger. When she said Candace told her to go to hell or something, and she called.
You said what now?
I'm trying to hold it in. When Karen said that Candace called her and told her she needed to go to hell, and she called the mental health people on the job. Like Karen knew that lady. Karen knew that lady was not mentally ill. She was just mad.
He was just mad.
But point being, they had somebody available in case. I'm sorry.
That is really tearing you up.
I am literally crying.
Kara always been the most though.
But yeah, she went to HR.
She went to HR.
Do they have anybody on their own network in HR that's gonna get this lady some help? Because we all, as the audience, can see it.
Did they get Kiki to help?
Some help. Huh?
Did they get Kiki to help?
I gotta say now. I gotta give the infamous her props because
she did spring into action for Kiki. She did.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, she did spring into action for Kiki. She did.
She did. She did. So maybe that was the.
She was for HR.
But yeah, I wonder if they have somebody in HR on the own network that can get this lady some help, because I don't think it's and I've heard that about other Bravo shows that they do have some counseling available if needed, and that they do go through a psychological screening before they are actually given a contract.
Yeah, it's part of the process. Yeah.
So I'm hoping. I don't know. It don't look promising. I don't even want to say it out loud. My friend Carlos, it looked like you failing on that end. Say what?
It does, and I feel like Carlos be getting what he can get, if that makes sense.
Well, I know a good counselor in the area that can give you a fair rate. And
sit him on down to the own.
You know who I'm talking about, right?
Who?
My sister.
Oh.
Got over 20 years in the game. Got the whole PH and D.
I was going to say the PH and the D.
Yeah.
Go ahead and sit on down on the own. And see if she can turn some stuff around down there.
Yeah. But I can't see that whoever her producer is, just like how Sunny was Destiny's personal producer. Yeah, I'm being shady. Her personal producer should be able to see that she needs some help. If nothing else, she need to finalize this paperwork. Like, why? She tells us on this double date that she finally comes out and say that she has not signed the paperwork. Her husband has not signed the paperwork. And then we also find out that Tarzan still had a situationship with his ex. They were still living together. So he's being understanding on the strength of, I don't want you to cause me no grief, so I won't cause you no grief. But this is an unhealthy intro into the relationship. I
Yes.
can't see it becoming anything. Let me hush. How you start,
Mm-hmm.
y'all
That's how
know the
you
rest.
finish.
Yeah, y'all know the rest. But why, if you want to be out of the relationship, out of the marriage, and you're already on a national TV show talking about getting married to a different man,
Mm-hmm.
why won't you sign the paperwork? What is the issue? And is there anything that's going to, are you, where your kids at? Because we ain't seen them.
What are the kids?
Now we saw pictures, so clearly you got clearance for them. But do they live in the house, in the
I was
same
gonna
house?
say, are they with the daddy?
That's that's what I was roundabout way saying. And if that's the case, why they not with you? Because we know Alabama law when it comes to that. It's some very specific reasons why
I
them
was,
kids will
I was
not be
gonna
with
say,
their mom.
I know somebody that ain't got the kids, and it's for a reason. So
Yeah. Who brings their side dude on national television yet still married? This is bananas, except for Mia.
what Nina said, she's declassing the show.
Oh. Yeah, so I wonder if she even had the conversation with the husband to let the husband know that she was going on the show with her new man.
I want to know who the man is.
Do you think it's gonna be some drama at this reunion
With the
with the
sparkling
husband?
with the husband?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't be surprised if it is.
What if he show up on location?
My God.
Because look, from what I hear, I told you how contentious that Reality with the King episode was in Huntsville. So I just heard DJ Richie Sky talking about today how it was very contentious in DC. Like he almost thought they were gonna get the scrapping in DC. Carlos, you got a thing. You got a knack for pulling out drama.
Carlos is messy. Okay.
Yes.
Carlos is messy. Carlos is he say he the king of I was gonna say R&B Lord. Say he the king of reality TV. He's the king of mess.
Messy, yes. So, but that lets me know that this reunion is about to be really super duper messy, and they're still filming right now. Do you think we're going to get some episodes with the husband?
Could be, and it's probably because Carlos like to split his seasons in half. It could be on that back end, and he pop up.
Kevin says need to increase security on the reunion set. Yes, absolutely.
They probably have after Martell tore up the back room on the last one.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
What happened?
They say he got mad and went back and had a whole fit, but Carlos was still protecting him at the time, so we didn't see it.
So I think that he might not even be there. He might not even be invited.
He might not even make it to the reunion.
I don't think so because of the fact that he can't be around Melody or the Infamous. So I don't think he's going to be there. But I do feel like this has the potential of being explosive with Tarzan and Jane. Are you getting a delay? That's what it sounds like.
It sounds like it too. I'm not really sure.
Yeah. So another thing that I wanted to address in that double date is how Stormy and Courtney received the information and how they're going to process this information. Because as a friend, I've been in that situation before too. These are life. This is life. This is how we know this is a reality.
This is real stuff.
Show.
Yeah.
Because I can relate to stuff that they're going through. So in real life, I have had a girlfriend that had to say, "Hey, girl, I'm in this relationship with this man. He's still married. He about to divorce, but he's still married." So as a friend, I kind of was like,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, why are you telling me? You know, I don't want to know, but I want to be supportive of my friend, and you know, I don't want to
For
be in the
sure. But I kind of do want to stick my toe in. Like, what's going on? Yeah.
right. I don't want you to feel like you cannot talk to me because you can. And I have always tried to foster an environment of no judgment zone with my friends
Yes.
and family. Like, okay, you're always welcome. Yeah, I do hear echo because I can hear my voice coming back.
You can hear your voice coming back, and I hear
Yeah,
me too. I don't know. I don't know what it is.
but
I was trying to make sure I ain't had a tab open twice, but I
do you
don't.
have two of them open?
Yeah, I don't have it. I don't.
All right, so yeah, I try to foster an environment of no judgment zone. We are open to tell each other anything and everything because I want the same type of respect from my friends. Like, hey, sometimes I have to tell you that I really wanted to bust this person in their face, and I want you not to be judging me like, oh, the Alabama church girl.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Yes.
I feel
But
all
sometimes
the
it's necessary.
emotions that God gave me.
Sometimes it's necessary.
Yeah. So with that being stated, how did Courtney and Stormy receive this information, and how are they going to process through this relationship with their friends? Stormy said in her confessional that she was happy that Trisha finally opened up and let her know that she wasn't divorced, that she was still married.
Mm-hmm.
But now where do we go from here? Because as a friend, I'm going to be trying to encourage, hey, you going to go ahead and sign them papers?
And I feel like as a friend, my first question would be, what's the holdup? Because obviously you're done there. You know, you got a man, and not only do you have a man, you got him on national TV, right? So what's the holdup? Why are you not signing the paper? Why is it not finalized yet? Like, what's y'all still working with some finances? And I don't see that being a thing because you already bought a house or written a house, whatever you're doing, you in a nice house in Huntsville. So I don't think y'all splitting up no finances or anything like that. Y'all ain't splitting up the homes, cars, and none of that stuff like that. So
What is it?
what is it?
Right. And then, like I said, that leads me back to the question about them kids.
Mm-hmm.
Because you had clearance to show them on the show. So are they at home with you and the new man?
He said, yeah, you can show the pictures, but they ain't coming on that show, and I'm getting full custody. You think that's what's holding up the custody battle?
So if that's the case, then why hasn't she signed the papers? Because she still went on the show. If that was if the show meant me not being able to have my kids with me, I'm gonna be like, that's that show. I can't do the show. Mm-hmm. Right. So if that's the case, she still went on the show and showed the picture of the kids. Where are they? Why you hadn't signed the papers?
Yeah.
I can understand Tarzan not having his kid because he let us know, hey, she's not biologically mine.
Yes.
But she mine. So, and I can respect that too. Because, there's some men, they know they've been in this child life forever. This child loves them. And, once they're done with parent, whether they biological or not, they done with the child too.
Yeah.
So I can respect that about him. Now, Tarzan is really showing us a lot of good qualities. I still see red flags with Tarzan, though, because I feel like he got some aggressiveness as well.
I can see the same thing. And he said something that let me know that they relationship started off a little hostile, like how he was saying dealing with her attitude, and they always say it was rough. So how rough was it? What was the roughness of it?
He mentioned that she was aggressive in the beginning, and excuse me, he said that once she started sharing her story, then that's when he began to understand why she was so rough and hostile, which also makes me believe that she probably had some DV
Yes.
in her story.
Yes.
So, but something else I just want to point out, just because I'm real particular about certain things. With them being fitness people, I was very disappointed in her posture.
Wait, she was
I know that's real petty, right?
She was
But,
humped over?
huh?
What was her posture like? Was she was humped over or something?
Yes, with her in the white in the confessional, the dress
Okay.
looked so pretty on her. Her hair was up in a bun.
Yeah.
I think she had a bang too. But her posture was slumped over like this, and I was like, no. And with a fitness, because I was training. I never actually hit the stage, but I was training to do a female fitness competition. Posture is the main point.
Yes.
So I really wanted her to straighten up that back, because I'm sure she got some nice back muscles and smooth out the front of her dress. Yes, Kevin, I'm being petty Pauline over here. I am, because it's certain things. Look, Kevin, let me give you some understanding. I'm a pageant girl. So I come from that environment. So it's certain things that my eyes are just trained to see.
Okay.
I also I have parents that they were real particular with their girls. They only had girls in the house. So they sent us to etiquette classes and stuff like that. So, and I throw tea parties. I'm one of those girls.
It's embedded in you at this point.
It is. Yeah. It is. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, I'm glad you understand me now. I know I come on camera and I have just my hair rag and my t-shirt, but I told you I can do the things now. I know how to, yes. I know how to do the things. So, and if I'm gonna be on camera, I'm gonna make I'm gonna sit up and feet flat on the floor, back away from the chair, chest up, chin down, and I'm always yes, do the things with care. No, close, but no. You in the family. Yeah. So, yeah, I really was. And then with Courtney, how is he going to, have a conversation with Tarzan about, hey, what's going on? When y'all go? Because Tarzan is excited. He seems like he really is like, me love Jane.
Yeah. He all in on it.
Yes, he didn't count out how many what do you call them, groomsmen he's gonna have.
How they gonna have to have 20 apiece? Yeah, because he want a big wedding.
He's already visualized.
You saw how she was responding to the wedding talk, right?
Huh?
You saw how she was responding to the wedding talk.
Yeah,
he was so excited that she wasn't. Because what she was saying was, we can't plan this wedding until I get out of my last one.
So something is up with her. So she mental health matters. We still in the month of May.
We are still in May.
We are still in the month of May, and mental health still does matter even after the month of May.
I was going to say year round.
Yes, I really want her to get this situation. This is a beautiful lady. She's a beautiful lady, beautiful chocolate lady at that. And she got a stunning gentleman on her arm. Girl, do your work. Do your work.
Yeah.
Go take care of yourself.
Get the ball going on what you need to get the ball going so you can be legit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, honestly, Ashton, those are the only conversations that really stood out to me. The three with the gentleman, 3 ladies, the double dates. Now, was there any other situation that you wanted to bring up?
Martell and Neil.
Oh, yes. Oh, how could I forget?
I don't know how you forgot that conversation.
How we started out.
I don't know how you forgot that conversation.
Oh,
and then Martell and Chris.
Let me go bring this man over here, because this is what we're gonna do with this. What you're not gonna do. Chris seems like he's not a violent man, but don't push him.
Don't push me, yes.
And Chris seems like, hey, you think you're looking at an old man, but you can get these hands.
What they say, I'm laid back, but I can lean forward.
Amen. With the quickness.
Yeah.
And I feel like Chris was getting
ready to do it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Especially when it come to his woman.
Mm-hmm.
Because he already had to check Martell last season about his woman.
That's why I said Martell he has to be the most disrespectful person on that cast, period. Because why would you keep disrespecting that man's wife? You're doing it over and over again. You're gonna get to a point where he's gonna be ready to touch you.
Yes. Yes. And I don't condone violence, but I can understand.
I would understand it. I really would. If he went across Martell's face, I wouldn't blink because I would get it.
Yeah. I will say this. Martell looked handsome in the scene. Let's get some niceties out. It was good to see him in a tie, in a button-down shirt.
Then he opened his mouth.
Huh?
Then he opened his mouth.
Yes. My God. My God. Today. Kevin says Martell was hurt that he was not invited to Neil's party. He did not want to go to the 60-year-old party anyway, LOL. But we're gonna get there. Let's go here first. Let's go ahead and jump into it, Ashton, because I do have some things to say. Thank you for reminding me. How could I forget?
I don't know.
I should have typed up my notes today.
I don't know how you forgot. But Martell did this one thing during the talk with Mel that bothered me so bad. I started talking to the TV. When Nell brought up the video and the picture and all that stuff like that, he did this as if, like
childish.
But it's real, Martell. You did it. It's the truth. You were making that face as if Melanie lied on you or the court lied on you or something like that. You did it. Like, just stand in it. You did it now. Yeah, it might be some semantics and all the other stuff that people's looking at about the arrest and all this stuff, and she shouldn't have did the arrest. He should have sent a child fathers to jail or whatever. But what she said you did. Correct? So just stop lying. Just stop.
Mm-hmm.
Just stop.
So when we discussed his relationship with his mother and that conversation they had in the first scene. Mm-hmm. What she failed to do, in my opinion, because we said that there were some failures. What I feel like she failed to do was hold him accountable.
And she never does.
And from a parenting perspective, when you never hold your kids accountable, they never learn accountability. Mm-mm. And that's the part that he does not have. He does not have that lesson of accountability. And just like Marceau said, life is going to teach him in a hard way, accountability. And that hard way might be some cold, wet cement floors in somebody's jail cell. Mm-hmm. Because you cannot just go out here and behaving any kind of wayward way, treating other humans any kind of wayward way, and think that you won't be held accountable.
Or have no answer to it. It's not. And that's not a way that a sane adult would act.
At all.
Because an adult with sense will understand the consequences come behind every action that you do. Mm-hmm. If you forget to pay your light bill, guess what? The consequences is going to be that the lights are going to be cut off. Mm-hmm. There's a consequence to every action you do as an adult. And an adult that does not understand that, I have to believe that you are touched. You're not there. You're not there. And Martell is not there. Because after the conversation they had when he was doing all this stuff, pointing the finger back at Mel, and Nell was like, okay, well, I decided to invite her to my party and not you. And immediately you go to start insulting her and her party and her age and everything about it.
Yeah. And lacks maturity.
Yes.
No one has pulled you a place to rise above personal insults. Personal insults is elementary way of fighting.
For sure.
That's why we still laughing at bleach blonde, bad body, butch built, or however she put it together. Because you first threw an attack on my lashes. Personal insults. Mm-hmm. But baby, I'm gonna show you how I can do it better. And then I got the whole Black Twitter on my side. They making
Laughing
t-shirts
at you.
out of you.
Yes.
Laughing at you. Because you hadn't matured. And that's really what they're laughing at.
You are the joke on both ends of it.
Yes.
You're the joke on both ends of it.
Yes. And if you wanted to attack, first of all, we're not even in a space where you need to attack at all. What you need to is just accept. So the reason I put this particular word up here, dismissive, because there comes a time in our circle of life that we will have people move and circle in and circle out of our life. And we have to determine, just like the cells in our body, that, hey, they're moving. We got protons, we got neutrons, we got the food that it needs that's moving in that cell. And at some point, we got to say, this is waste and I need to get rid of it.
I need to get rid of it.
And I feel like Martell is showing everybody on this cast that he is the waste that needs to be. Yes. And it's time to dismiss you from this circle. Because you insult the ladies, you are disrespectful to the men, you won't take accountability for your actions. What else do you feel like you should just be?
Yeah. He has no regard for anything or anybody. Anything.
And I will say this, Kevin, Martell is a man boy. I will say this, yes, I agree. I'll also say that there are a lot of people, it ain't just him, it's a lot of people that get away with stuff far longer than they should, based off the fact that they look attractive. And people know this, Giselle. They know this. They understand that they have a privilege that other people don't have. And they are abusive to that privilege. Because I'm attractive, they will let me get away with everything.
Yeah. And because my boss is attracted to me.
Yes.
It's like that. I can do whatever I want to do.
And I feel like that has been an Achilles heel for Martell. Yes, he is an attractive man, but to me, he looks so ugly by his ways.
Oh, his ways make him hideous.
And shallow-mindedness has probably offered him a lot of opportunity to get away with stuff that he really should have been held accountable for. See, I told y'all I can get tongue twisted too. But it's come to a point now where don't nobody want to deal with this no more.
No, sick of it.
Yeah, so
absolutely fed up with it.
Yeah, you gonna have to let.
Because I think that's when he kept sitting in Nell's face calling her a side piece.
Yeah,
it's just insane to me. You know.
Yeah, even if she was, they've been married 30 years now.
It don't even matter no more, baby. And that's what Nell was saying. That's been my husband for 30 years. What are you saying to me?
And the irony of the fact that you over there trying to cop a feel on the couch of your side piece house because you done lost your whole family.
Your whole family.
And your house.
And your license and your business. You lost everything.
But you want to call you throw. Yeah. It's time to get rid of the waste out of the cell. If a sheep was in wolf clothing, at that point,
he's good at it though, Kevin. He's not even good at it.
Say it again.
He's not even good at being the sheep in wolf clothing. He's just a wolf at this point. He's not even good at it.
Because he was showing all his teeth to Nell at that point. And for her to take, I commend Nell for even sitting, because if she had thrown some wine in his face or
got up in love,
yeah. But I commend her for taking it, being a woman about it, and going home and telling her husband,
and let him handle it. Yep.
And that's what we get into the meetup with Chris and Martell. We want to talk about that because remember, Chris last season had to check Martell because Martell was squatting in his house.
Yes, and wouldn't get out, and then he wanted to raise his voice at Nell because Nell took Mel's side and went to the thing, but that's neither here nor there. A whole nother season.
Name change.
So he meets up with a bonehead in wolf clothing. Yes, you're absolutely correct, Kevin. And that's all that's in his brain. If you shake it too hard, we'll probably hear it moving around. He invited Chris over to his investment property to take a look at it and see if he can get somebody into it. So with that being said, Chris decides to ask him for himself because I don't want to hear it from the streets. I probably already heard it from Melanie. Now I want to hear it from you. I want to hear it from the horse's mouth. Okay. So he asking Martell, what happened? What's going on with all the, the arrest and all that stuff like that. And Martell takes this man to New Amsterdam, back to Jersey, around the street to Montgomery, back over to Japan, okay, back round to Brazil, back up through the channel, back to Huntsville to say nothing.
Can I show him?
Please.
And what did you go to jail for? What was your crime? What crime did you commit?
What did I go for?
Yeah, why was you in jail? Why they lock you up? What
I
did
went to visit somebody.
Who?
A friend of mine.
So you've never been to jail yourself though, right?
That was me.
What? What are you talking about?
I went to jail to visit my friend.
But have you ever had handcuffs put on you?
Not by police officers.
That's what Martell told Chris verbatim.
And then did you see how she looked over like, why this chick can't understand what I'm saying?
As far as I'm concerned, that was the exact conversation that Martell had with Chris. Because nothing was said.
No legitimate answers.
Nothing was said. Yeah, but the only thing that he got out clear was ask Melanie.
Yeah.
I'm asking you, sir, what did you do? I just sent that message to let her leave me alone, man. She be bothering me. Come on now, sir.
So since you can't understand, I am gonna ask her, and I'm gonna take her side and take her word for
now you can't even defend yourself. You can't even defend yourself and what happened. So you're right. Right.
Martell was gaslighting Chris. Good word. Mental health matters. Gaslighting Chris, just like that grandma was gaslighting her daughter.
Wasn't she? And trying to make that girl feel like she was dumb. Well, you just ain't making no sense, mama.
Yeah, that was me.
But how?
So Kevin says brings up another point. Which let's address it because the streets are talking and trying to flush this out. He says,
to be honest, Nell was a side chick. And I won't call Nell a side chick because neither one of them have denied the story, right? She said she met Chris and Chris was married but separated and she didn't know. And she removed herself from the situation until it was resolved, right?
Okay, so but right there, let's start right there. He was married but separated, but she didn't know.
Yes.
Once she found out, she removed herself from the situation. So if he was in relationship with her, she didn't know he was married, and she had to discover that he was married. Does that make her a side chick?
It's literally the opposite of.
Why do you say that?
Because
he had her on the side.
He had her on the side. Okay.
The fact that he was married away from her, even though she didn't know she was a side chick.
True. By definition, she would be considered as a side chick. But I feel like once you give a woman the title of a side chick, she has to be willing to be the side chick.
Okay, so
I don't like to give a woman the side chick title when she wasn't aware that she was the side chick. Now, by definition, she was the side chick, but she wasn't playing that role as Miss Coleslaw does so well. You know what I'm saying?
I can accept that.
Yeah.
So the definition that we're gonna go with is a side chick is a willing participant in a relationship with another married person.
Man. Yes, both sides. Yes, you know for a fact this person is still married. You know what they got going on, and you don't care. You still play your role. That's a side piece.
So that's what coleslaw was. That's why she's a side dish.
Yes, and he not even married. And Kevin, he said Nell was aware. Sorry, not sorry. She may have been. But also, I don't want to hear nothing about. I'm 30, so I don't care what happened 30 years ago. I don't want to hear about it. It's neither here nor there for me. I know she ain't the side piece today.
Yeah, so and I will say that too. The fact that they've had decades long marriage, that puts an annulment on that title.
Yes.
Oh gosh, Kevin, what? Okay, I like it.
But yeah, I think it voids it out.
Yeah. And because we know, like, some people that take on side chick roles and then move in and marry the man, they only last 15 months or 14 months and 263 days, as a Gulbadian would say.
Cute. Or put it on mute.
You know, I told you every time I can get a jab in there at your peach juice, I'm gonna jab.
Keep it cute. Put it on mute.
Yeah, they don't last 15 months.
No.
So, that clearly classifies as a side chick. But I will say after 10 years, y'all married.
It don't matter no more.
Yeah. So that's why we can continue to call the lady coleslaw, because he got the opportunity.
And he ain't doing it. You still a side piece to a single man.
Right.
That man had every opportunity to date you, and he went and dated everybody but. That's a side piece. That's a
and now you about to come out here announcing that you're pregnant again?
Have you no shame?
Look, I don't think it's even any floors up here.
Have you no shame?
I don't think it's any floors up here. Look around, everybody on mute.
It's no way possible that girl got any good sense. Okay, and she probably old enough to remember back. At some point they stopped separating the special kids. She was on the LD floor, and I can't be convinced otherwise.
She had to be. No. But I saw someone post something that said, when we graduate from high school, they just let all these people out into the loose, and you can't tell who's who. They need badges on the arm or something.
It needs to follow you through life. I need to know that I'm dealing with someone that was on the LD floor. I need to understand that I need to prepare my conversation, because you're not going to get it on.
Yes.
This man had a baby with you on his wife, right? She decides to leave him. He didn't get with you. He did not get with you, right? You decided to do all his dirty work when it came to mail, and you did all the picking and all the lives and all the interviews and all the everything, and he still didn't get with you, right? When he decided to date again, he went on all the way down. I don't know what highway connect Atlanta and Huntsville. 20. He went down 20 and dug through them Atlanta streets and found him somebody else, and still didn't pick you. You ought to be tired, man.
Okay, so let's go here. Since we're there, let's go there.
How
All right, have
dreadful,
you?
Kevin. You are right.
So what did he say?
He said a bird brain side
Brain
chick. How
side chick.
dreadful.
Yes. You are wearing out this how dreadful. What's his name? What's the guy name?
The white
Dwight.
fashion show with no fashions. How dreadful.
I love the Dwight reference though. But so it makes me think of the current story that's been in the hot topics is Diddy and Kim Porter.
Yes.
How he never married Kim, but Kim always left her bed open for him.
For him, yes. For him to come and go as he please and make as ever many kids as he wanted to on her.
He didn't respect her. And now there's questions on how her life ended.
Everybody is calling for her case to be reopened and a thorough investigation to be had. Yep.
If anything, you don't have to go through life lessons to learn them. You can pay attention to what's happening around you and grab you some lessons. I personally learned when I was working in the elementary school that you can learn from anybody, because I used to learn lessons from the kids. Yeah. So you can learn life lessons from anybody if you have capacity.
Oh, you got to have the capacity, my Lord. My God, today.
Maybe you need a 5 head like me.
It's some extra room going. Yeah. Some storage.
Yes. But honey, pay attention, sweetie. And stop coming on here fussing at people because we're trying to tell you the truth. Say that again for the people in the back. Yes. We can learn these life lessons if we will pay attention. Sometimes you don't have to experience it. And sad part is it looks like she's about to experience it. She's gonna have to, because she's not learning. She's something.
And it's been years.
Like you said, learning disability. LD.
Yeah. Because I'm allegedly it's going across the floor, right? Is allegedly going across the bottom of the screen. She was going to be the one to facilitate the video. So you allegedly signing up to do that dirty work for him as well.
And then he's not smart either, because her coming on here running her mouth is what got that warrant put out for him.
In that live, saying that she had it and what she was going to do with it and how her sister done seen it and all this stuff like this. Yeah. You got to have all the ammunition that she needed.
And she was the one that ended up getting you locked up in front of your kids.
Yep.
Willfully obtuse. Yes. But she was the one, the running of her mouth is what led to you getting locked up with your kids. Because Melody said, the infamous said, she was willing to let it go until she heard, because it happened in 2022.
Yep. And she chucked it up as, Martell just being Martell.
Right. Yeah. She was willing to let it go until she heard this girl out here flapping her gap about it. Right, Kevin. Diarrhea of the mouth. And if she saw it, why are you showing this girl a video of us? Even if it was just a picture. Girl.
And it's like Martell with this woman.
It's just empty.
Martell keeps topping his disrespect. It's like he come back one and do himself one up every time when it comes to this woman.
But this is where I'm caught up on my womanhood. Even if I'm with a guy, first of all, I don't care who you used to be with. Because if I'm with you, it erased all your memories.
Yeah, and she ain't got nothing to do with that no more.
Right. You don't even remember, because I'm finna put it on you.
And you gonna forget it.
Yeah. So, but how dare you? I won't even let you talk about your exes around me. That's over.
Because why are you still talking about it? You want to go back over there?
Right. Exactly. But then to go even further to start showing you pictures and video
And video footage of y'all intimate moments.
while you still got it. What you holding on to?
Why do you still have it? That should have been deleted with the marriage.
What are you holding on to? So she ain't got no capacity. I mean, the whole face is
None.
empty.
None. She has none.
Who
None.
raised you?
No capacity and no shame because she do it with pride. She wear that like a badge of honor. She's a despicable woman.
I wonder who her mom and aunties are.
Yeah. Because I'm worried about them too. If nobody has said to her, baby, we're not gonna do that. That's not it. As
Even if
said, beloved, that's not it.
Right. Even if they taught you how to be the president of the side chick group, you need some respect in that as well.
Some decorum.
Yes, come on, decorum. She is a barn animal. You know, I ain't trying to run down on her that bad, but you said what you said.
Yeah.
How dreadful.
How dreadful.
Call back. But yeah, something I because I will say this. My mom and my grandmother, my aunts, they all church women. So it's some things that they skipped out on teaching me about dating and relationships and all this and that. But something they ain't never neglected is how to be respected and how to make a man pay for what he wants. So who taught you? Who taught you? Because respect should have been the first thing. And then the respect of self.
You have none. Yeah, you have no respect for others or yourself.
Right.
And heavy on the respect for herself.
Because she's a beautiful girl.
Yes.
But she comes on camera like she cares nothing about herself. I know that I'm sitting here in a t-shirt that's wrinkled and a headscarf. But I feel like I have pulled it together enough to be presentable. My hair is not scattered all over the place.
No.
With what do you call split ends and all of that. Like, this is how this lady comes on. It's sitting in the dark with kids running around in the back asking for popsicles. Like, yeah, something is lacking.
And you about to have another baby, allegedly. And that man still ain't chose you? He still ain't picked you?
And all that he got going on, why would you want to be picked by him? You should know how to go and get you. Let me get off this girl. Yeah. Did we cover all that we needed to cover about Chris and Martell's conversation?
Yeah, we did, because it wasn't a conversation. It was a roundabout that he had Chris riding through.
And Chris was about to drag him around that battle.
He sure was. Stop playing with my wife, man. I don't care what you do with your business. Don't play with mine. Yeah.
So I think that, like I said, I do believe when it comes to the men on the show, we have seen them be jerks to their women. And they've shared, some things that they've done in their marriage that is not the most admirable. Fraggle Rock. Yes, that's how she comes on looking.
I had to Google that.
Oh, because you ain't but 30. Yeah, look, Kevin, I got you.
When I just saw the picture, I'm completely weak because that's how she's looking.
Yeah. So we've seen them and they've shared some things that they've done that wasn't the most notable. But I will say I'm witnessing some growth with Tisha and Marceau.
Yes.
And I feel like Maurice learned a lesson by how he treated Kimmy last season
Last season, yes, and the
and the
pushback that
dragging
he
he
got.
got last season.
Yes.
I do feel like he learned a lesson from that.
Mm-hmm.
From that conversation that he had with Moses. Well, they had with Moses.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed like Maurice has learned a lesson because he cleared up something that we have not had cleared about Kimmy being a side chick.
Yes. He went into details about
the timeline out there.
Yes.
Yeah. So with that being stated, it's good and it's pleasant to see the growth in them. And then we also know that Chris, him and Nell have admitted that yes, there was some infidelity in the relationship. Chris had to get it right, thus and such. But it's good, and it feels good to see him standing up for his woman.
Yes.
Like, man, I'm trying to stay friends with you, but I had enough of you disrespecting my wife.
Yeah.
Right. The only person that we don't see any growth from is a Martell.
Yes.
So we got to get rid of the waste.
And for Marceau to lap you in growth, he was just as immature in the beginning.
Yes.
This says a lot.
Yes. The men are misogynistic towards their wives. Yes. They have been. But I'm going to give space for them to grow.
To grow, yeah. I agree.
And that's another conversation. Yeah, we've been on here a long time tonight. But it was a lot to say, especially given all those arrests. And we're going to swing back over there too. Mm-hmm. But we have to have a space to allow people, first of all, to be forgiven and growth, allow them a space to get it right and do better. Otherwise, we're going to continuously be dismissing people, and then we're going to be isolated. And that's not us living in community, and that's not us cultivating community. So it's beautiful to see this level of growth. We're starting. So I feel like Marceau is further down the line than Maurice is. I feel like Maurice is just at the beginning.
Yes, he just realized he needed to do some work. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Marceau and Tisha have had some long-standing years of people coming at their relationship. So it's good to see that they have done some work to fortify it. We'll see what happens with Kimmy and Maurice, but these other, it seems like Stormy and Courtney are in a pretty good place.
They seem pretty solid to me. They seem real locked in with each other.
They seem like the most solid on the show.
Of Cash, yes, for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We know that Sonny and Moses is
whatever. Yeah.
They're gonna fade with the tide. And but I'm telling you, they are bound for 18 years at least.
Oh yeah.
And then Tarzan and Jane, they might explode at any moment. I don't know how long that's gonna last. I mean, it could be, there could be a detonator thrown in there, or they could explode at any given
within each other. Yeah.
I
want to circle back to the side piece comment. You brought Kimmy up. You said Maurice cleared Kimmy with the side chick accusation or whatever. If we go back a couple of seasons, who was it trying to say she was a side piece that was doing all the campaigning for it?
Was it Tisha?
It was Martell.
Oh.
It was Martell.
So it's time to get rid of
with it. Why you want everybody to be like yours? Because you had a side piece. You are the only one on the show that we know for a fact had a side piece.
Mm-hmm.
Still got it.
Okay, so since you brought it up, I like Kimmy, so I try not to give her too much.
Mm-hmm.
I like Stormy a little more, but Kimmy's nice. She's cute.
I like Kimmy too.
Do you think that she fits her position and their relationship fits that definition
of her being a side piece?
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't. And if it does overlap, I feel like it's something that Maurice wasn't truthful about. I don't think she knew. Look at Kevin. But I like to give people the benefit of the doubt until they show me the proof.
Yeah. That's understandable.
So I'm gonna have to say she's not one.
That is understandable. But anywho, it has been a very fulfilling conversation on this evening. We got through even beyond all these arrests, but Carlos, we really want you to go and help your people because they out here looking bad. They down bad. We about to change the name of this show. And it's really changing our perception of Huntsville to see all of our people get. And do you think that maybe Huntsville has a target on these cast members back, or do you think they're really just out here being loose and wayward?
It could be a little bit of both because Huntsville ain't that big, you know. It could be a little bit of them targeting them because they can find them easily. What do you say? Okay, you can have it. I said what I said. And I ain't changing it.
I love your references.
What you said was some bullshit.
Yeah, but do you think that they have targets on them?
I think it's a little bit of both, and I'm not going to give it all to the police officers because we talk about adults, and they ain't planting none on y'all, and they ain't making up none on y'all. The stuff that y'all go to jail for is stuff that y'all have actually done. So I'm gonna give it to the castmates being dumb.
So the question that I asked in the thumbnail was, is this Black excellence or is this blasphemy? Because it was presented to us as if this was a cast of Black excellence.
Yes, that's what it's supposed to be. Millionaires, what they call themselves on the first episode.
Well, thank you, Kevin.
We try to keep it funny.
Yes. But I don't see that. But I'm okay with them just being basic Black folk having a good life.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. And I want Carlos, I want Mona Scott, I want Andy Cohen, I want, who are the other producers of major Black reality shows?
I feel like them the only ones that exist.
Zeus and Tubi.
We don't.
Yeah, I don't go over there either. But I want them to understand that as you're casting these shows of Black reality, majority Black reality shows, please understand that we are okay with just watching, people that have a middle class life.
That's why I like Martha's Vineyard so much. Do you watch that? Somehow Martha's Vineyard?
I started out watching it, and then when they started saying the boy was too handsy, that I was like, okay.
It bothered me too. It bothered me. They got into it at the reunion, and he cleared his name, and he's very well spoken, so he got them the best way he knew how. But I like the fact that these are regular young adults, college students with careers. They trying to put on this rich facade. They just
though.
Yes, that's what they give. They give that.
They are the Jack and Jills.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. So they're a little bit more upper than middle.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that was part of why I was attracted to it as well. And I feel like they said that was a good reunion. Nick went to Tuskegee.
He did.
Really?
Nick is a Kappa from Tuskegee. Yep.
So what's the heavier guy? What's his name?
Preston.
I like him. He was my favorite.
Preston
I liked him.
Preston is an alpha, actually, I think.
Really? I was alpha sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was my favorite off the show. But anywho, I feel like, thank you, Kevin. I feel like these producers need to know that we're okay with what. Now, I don't want to see struggle. I don't.
Yeah.
Unless it's some type of help added to,
you
enrich
providing some type of aid, or you doing, yeah.
Yeah. But I don't mind watching a basic middle class black family
Yeah.
that's out here trying to be great. I don't mind watching that. You don't have to portray them as black excellence. Every time I will say this. My mom had this way of teaching us girls that you don't have to be average. That you don't even say that you're average, because if so and so in the class, I told y'all this before, if so and so in the class can make 100, you can too.
Yeah.
And we are above average. That was her thing. We don't live on the average spectrum, because everybody and anybody can be average, but you need to live above average. She preached black excellence to us. Although we didn't understand that concept at the time. We just knew that if we didn't do it to perfection, we won't get our butts whooped. That's all I knew.
Same.
That's all I knew.
Same.
Yeah. Yeah. But now that it's a concept, because the propaganda, y'all know I always got a book for something. Where's my propaganda book? When the propaganda is promoted to us about black excellence, it's always got to be, well, they're millionaires and they were self-made and they pulled themselves up by the bootstrap type story. Yeah. And that ain't 90% of our stories. No. But we have story. We are people with rich story. That can be told and produced and packaged in a way that the masses will run to in the market. But you got to have people that are not shallow-minded and not trying to push propaganda. And when it comes to black excellence, the propaganda is to me weakening us as a people. It's making us malnourished as a people of what black excellence is supposed to be, because we see Diddy, Jay-Z, what's the man name with the Wingstop place?
Rick
Ross, all these men, Dr. Dre, all them getting together and having these parties and toasting to black excellence, and now all of them are in some type of scandalous lawsuit. And then that's promoted to us like black excellence. No, that ain't excellent at all. And I don't feel that black people have to step on other black people in order to step up.
I wish we would let that go too.
Yes, no. If you're stepping on the masses in order for you to step up, you are not excellent to me. And you're a tyrant.
Let's understand that our arms can go backward and pull somebody up with us too.
Yes. And there are people out here doing that. Black excellence is a monolith. You think so? But black people are not a monolith. And we have plenty of story to tell that will be engaging and entertaining. Now I'm going to get up off my soapbox, because I love my people.
I do too.
I love my people, and I just want to see us be better. Amen. Hallelujah. All right. So Ashton, we are going on a ride tomorrow across the oceans and over the seas. And
y'all leaving tomorrow?
Yeah.
Where y'all docking from?
Orlando. Yeah. So I will see you back next Thursday.
Okay.
And we'll see if we got any more people getting locked up next week.
Lord, let's hope not.
I hope not. I hope not.
They bail bonds when people on standby.
I know, right? And keep your $500 ready. Don't cash app it to the next one. It's everybody on the show has a mugshot except the infamous.
Yeah.
I don't know about the new about Tarzan and Jane, but everybody except the infamous.
Kimmy got one?
No, I haven't seen one for her.
Okay.
Kimmy and the infamous. And Courtney. I haven't seen one for Courtney.
Okay, yeah.
And Tisha and Marceau are smart. They didn't erase the mugshot off, but there are articles talking about the fact that they have them. Yeah. Every website that seemed like it was going to present the mugshot
It's gone.
is down. Yes. So they've been doing their due diligence to clear their name.
Yeah.
Anywho, we've been on here a long time. Let's get off of here, friend. I love you, and I love every one of our co-hosts. Thank you, Kevin, for participating in the comment section. We love to see you. I miss Blind Visionary tonight. Where is she?
Right.
Go and tap your sister and tell her to come on back over here. Maybe she's working tonight. I don't know. Anywho, love you guys, and until we meet again, love God and love your families. I will see you next Thursday.
Steady trying to find the motive. Why do what I do? Steady trying to find the motive. Why do what I do?
Obviously, we have in Lincoln Park, he's climbing in your windows, he's snatching your people. He's climbing in your windows, he's snatching your people up, trying to rape them. So y'all need to hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your kids, hide your wife, and hide your husband, because they're raping everybody out here. You don't have to come and confess, we're looking for you. We gon' find you, we gon' find you, so you can run and tell that, run and tell that, run and tell that. Homeboy, home. He's climbing in your windows, he's snatching your people up, trying to rape them. So y'all need to hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your kids, hide your wife, and hide your husband, because they're raping everybody out here. You don't have to come and confess, we're looking for you. We gon' find you, we gon' find you, so you can run and tell that, run and tell that, run and tell that. Homeboy, home. He's climbing in your windows, he's snatching your people up, trying to rape them. So y'all need to hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your kids, hide your wife.